Watcha, I didn't do one of these last week because I was busy. I'm also busy this week, but I'm going to do one. Anyway, there's a lot going on which I can't quite be dealing with at the moment, but we'll deal with what's going on in Israel and Palestine, shall we? I'm quoting somebody here. The October 7th massacre is among the most depraved events in the history of human cruelty, so it's incredible that so many in Britain seem to have lost all moral clarity. Absolutely right. What Hamas did was depraved and it was cruel, it was absolutely awful. And it is incredible that so many in this country seem to have lost all moral clarity. I'll quote again. The October 7th massacre is among the most depraved events in the history of human cruelty. So it is incredible that so many in Britain seem to have lost all moral clarity. This is a quote from Boris Johnson, who is right on virtually everything and always has been. I mean, this is actually the case. So anybody supporting Hamas have lost their minds. Also, we are into balanced news, right? I spoke of St. Porphyrius Church in Gaza before, saying that there was a rumour going around that it had been bombed, but it hasn't. Unfortunately, since then, and sadly, it has been bombed by Israel. And a lot of civilians have died who were taking sanctuary within the church building complex. Right? So basically, they've hit a church. By the way, that's against the Geneva Convention. Right? Also, we had the story about Israel hitting a hospital, and then it came out that they didn't. There is video evidence that terrorists fired rockets from outside the hospital. One of them misfired, it went up and literally dropped like a brick on the hospital. Right? So that was them as well. But Hamas are busy firing rockets, and they have hit a hospital in Israel. By this we can see that neither side are doing quite well according to the Geneva Convention and human rights and protecting of civilians and the like, can't we? I mean, they are not doing that well. Since this, Israel has started its ground invasion of Gaza. I have heard Netanyahu's speech. I condemn Hamas. But I have heard Netanyahu's speech, and I had no idea how insane he was. We have a situation here where the Hamas leadership wants to wipe out all Jews, and Netanyahu wants to wipe out all Palestinians. The best thing that can happen is for the removal of both Hamas and Netanyahu. But things are going on in this country. Basically, at the end of World War II, it was seen necessary for the existence of a safe haven for the Jewish people. Unfortunately, it is still deemed necessary. And the reason for this is a lot of the protesters were clearly coming out with anti-Semitic stuff. And our Jewish community are being let down. That hate crimes are happening on the streets of London. The police are right there. And then what they do is they post photos of them. We would like to speak to these people who are guilty of hate crimes. Why don't they just do their job and arrest them there and then? It's utterly ridiculous. Anyway, I haven't got much time at the moment, and I'd like to do more about that other country, which I've been doing. So I'm just going to leave that for now. But while this is going on, we have the situation in Nagorno-Karabakh, where the Azerbaijanis have invaded it, and the Armenians are fleeing and being through enemy territory to get to Armenia. So we have a humanitarian crisis and a refugee crisis in the Caucasus. The media are not interested in that for a number of reasons, which I'm not going into now, but it is ongoing. So that Armenians are being kicked out of their homes, etc., blah, blah, blah. The same as Palestinians have been kicked out of their homes in Jerusalem, etc. Nobody's saying boo to a goose. Also, there was a demonstration in Ipswich concerning Palestine. Now, I've been talking about the house repossessions, the illegal settlements and that for years, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, has come this group, Suffolk for Palestine. How come I've never heard of them?